I'll try to unlock all the ending. Let's go. Welcome back. Would you like to reset the clock and begin this journey anew? Although you will lose all your progress and memories, you will still have access to the ending gallery. Additionally, you will still have record of the endings that you already received. So with that in mind, shall I reset the clock for you? How about no? I understand. If you ever change your mind, I'll be here waiting. Ah, so we can continue if we don't reset the clock. God damn. As you wish. I hope you find a better ending that you seek. Fascinating. Oh no, the bonus is in the middle. But this time we can skip the game. Holy shit. What is ending 2? I cannot view it. I think I can. Okay, this one doesn't make any sense. Couldn't help it, my temper flared. Like hell, that makes sense. The fuck are you even talking about? See, this is not new because I can skip it. Also, the option to skip is now available. Back then it isn't available at all. Why would I do something like that right after stopping to help you out? Not to mention risk getting killed myself. I was just trying to show you a bit of kindness, that's all. I took a second to catch my breath. I wasn't even sure where all of that came from. You were waiting patiently for me to finish. After a few moments you spoke again. Kindness, you say? Yeah, heard of it. You ever considered that maybe, just maybe, all I wanted was to be nice? And I've had a lot of good that did me, now you're threatening to kill me for it. I felt your finger wraps against my shoulder in a steady rhythm. You took a while to respond this time. We are strangers, are we not? Just as you had once told me. Strangers who have absolutely no reason to trust each other. Such is why you led me to this seat rather than the one beside you. You did not trust me enough to be close to you. It was a wise decision. I would have done the same. And yet, despite being total strangers, you afford to drive me out of the forest. Now, why might that be? You had no way of knowing that I possessed blade. No indication that I could possibly be a threat to you. That's not how it works. For all that you cannot tell, I was completely and utterly defenseless. And even now I cannot hope to kill you without killing myself as well. You lean forward, your lips ghosted right against my ear. From the very beginning I have been at your mercy. Now is this what you would call kindness? I couldn't bring myself to speak, you click your tongue. Well then, if so, then you're just as bad as I am, aren't you? And what ending do you receive now? Kinship. Ah, finally, ending 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still some left. That's a lot, but I think we can do it fast. How about this time me? Clarity struck me then almost as quickly as the anger had. As ridiculous as it sounded, as much as I barely believe it myself, yes, this time we blame ourselves instead of you. Me. Pardon? Confused. You sounded just as surprised as I felt. But the longer I thought about it, the more it made sense. Why? If I hadn't stopped, if I hadn't picked you up or given you a lift, then this wouldn't have happened. Something squeezed down my chest. I couldn't tell if it was from the impact or something else. How do you figure? Why? Somehow it felt like you were speaking much clearer all of a sudden. But I didn't dwell on it for too long. I should have known better. Don't trust strangers and all that, right? I wanted to laugh, but it hurt too much to even try. Yep, since you are baiting a lot of strangers as well. So I should have known better. Someone like you. How else could this have ended? All that frustration, all that blind anger and desperation and bitterness that I had felt. All I could feel now was regret. Regret that it had to end this way. I didn't realize how much time had passed until you spoke again. It's not your fault. What? I craned my neck as best as I could to catch a glimpse of you out of the eye I had left. It looked like movement from where you've been. Indeed. You couldn't help it. You spoke so softly as if you were trying to comfort me. Something pressed against my hair, something warm. Like someone was patting my head. You sighed. You just couldn't help it. Because it's in your nature. Cool. Bitterness. Okay. New. This is new. My windshield had gotten cracked somehow. No clue when that happened. It is got cracked. I can see that. It was no big deal. The car had already seen much better days, and one little crack wouldn't do any more harm. Even though I didn't remember having it. Oh, this time there's both of us. For some reason I remembered something. Oh, something that hadn't happened yet? Or was it something that was never meant to happen at all? My head spun. The answer that left my mouth wasn't the one either of us had been expecting. We are both to blame. I can skip that, sorry. I beg your pardon. You sounded so off guard, like you've forgotten that you were supposed to be in pain. Like this was all just some big play and I said something that wasn't in the script. I couldn't even remember why be angry in the first place. I was the one who stopped. I was the one who created this whole situation. And you escalated things, got us to this point. Even if I was the one that crashed the car, even if you were the one that tried to kill me, without both of our actions combined, we wouldn't be here. I couldn't tell how much sense all that actually made. I was losing too much blood too quickly. All I could feel was this overwhelming desire to rest. Rest until it all didn't hurt so much anymore. My good eye closed while the other fluttered and stung. I heard you moving, I think. Moving like you were standing up. But for some reason I didn't find that strange at all. Like I seen you do it before. And that's when I heard you. You were loving. Loving like you never done it before. Loving in a way that sounded more like an imitation than the real thing. All along, you is in hiccup and coughed. All along the blame was split. How could I have missed it? My head was spinning again. It was getting hard to understand what you were saying, much less what you meant by all of it. All along we were being of conflicting natures. We were beings of conflicting natures. One of self-sabotage and one of self-preservation. So naturally we clashed and now we are here. You sighed, catching your breath. Your voice was still trembling from the laughter. How wonderful do you think it must be to be thoughtless, bereft of consciousness and reason? How wonderful to live one's life without conflict and thus without regret. You choked, fighting for air. Were you loving again? I suppose that must truly be the nature of bad people, yes. Not that they are completely devoid of good intentions and thoughts, but that they had such thoughts and chose to ignore them anyway. Okay. Focus. Head empty. Cool. So there's the N. How do we go for N8? It must be hard. All of it. There's a lot. Oh, this is new. I thought I picked the one that where we put them in the backseat and then we say they have a point. Well, we are strangers, yeah. This game is huge. For some reason, it started as if I said something funny. That is correct. And I don't know a thing about you. Trusting you is a pretty big ask. So, can I really afford to do that? Yep, this is the same. Okay. Fascinating. Again. Oh, this one. But with the blood clogging up my ears, his words were lost on me. I felt his hand grips on my shoulder, trying to shake me awake. It's this time where we are controlling the U, but I didn't roll back at all, just go straight forward. Not that it mattered what he said anyway, there was no chance I settled for this ending. Even if my body was broken and bleeding, I could just roll back and everything would settle into place again. Like it never happened at all. So I willed myself to roll back. No? Why wasn't it working? I don't know. Was I doing something wrong? All I needed to do was roll back all the way until that choice is made, the one that had gotten me killed again. Then I could do it right this time, I could do better. So I willed myself to roll back. It doesn't work. Oh, okay, this is an infinite loop. Further, keep going. Almost there. Wait, oh, because I skipped. Oh no, will be taking a while. I think I broke the game, so, okay, quit. I think I broke the game, holy shit. Now to don't do whatever I did back then. Yeah, this time we not. I know that the lump in my throat wouldn't go away no matter how hard I try to swallow. Please. Okay. You return my nod ever so slightly, but you are still smiling, always with a smiling. Okay, there we go. Before I could stop you, your hand made contact with my shoulder. It took any semblance of self-control I had left to keep from pushing you away and taking out my scalpel. You patted me twice and turned back towards the car. Okay then. I watched you closely, making sure you opened the right door. Backseat. Ah, this one. A way out? I'm looking for a way out. When I tried to tell you the truth before, your reaction had always been less than favorable. But maybe if I approach things differently, you understand this time. A way out? That sounds pretty serious. Are you on the run or something? Do you need me to find someplace that can help you? I do not think that a place capable of helping me exists. The ones who are looking for me, they can be very persistent. You exhaled, scratching the back of your neck. Wow, buddy, that's pretty intense. You sure you shouldn't try talking to the authorities or something? Absolutely not. Even then, there are shelters and safe houses for people like you. I think they help you out a lot more than I could. No. But you could get a proper place? No. Okay then. The car went silent. It wasn't fair. Everything you had said just then would be a perfectly reasonable suggestion in any other situation, but But what? They didn't apply to me, they couldn't. It just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair that my better ending, that my real life remained forever outside my reach. Haunting me, hung at the edge of a fish hook. It didn't take long until I heard you dialing something on your phone. However spotty the signal may have been, I knew it was too late. Hello? Is this a runaway safe line? No! I sighed, you never listen, and I couldn't have anyone else knowing about me. So I took your next word back before they even left your mouth. Anger. Is this really the ending that I want? Had I forgotten something? Funny, indeed. I shook the weird sense of deja vu from my head and kept my eyes on the road. Yep, this thing again. A scrawny thing in dirty clothes. I think we have already gotten this. But I cannot skip, so I flashed my headlights and pulled you over. It's the Lord's way to offer assistance to those in need after all. What sort of servant of God would I be if I left you there? You alright, where... This time we got stabbed? Before I could even blink, you drive a scalpel straight through my stomach. Okay, then this is new. I fell to my knees, arm wrapped tight around my waist, fighting to stop the bleeding. You flicked the blood free from the blade and stepped towards me again. But for some reason, your hands were shaking. You looked terrified. Don't. Your voice trembled, eyes blown wide. Don't come near me again. Again? I choked, feeling blood and bile rise up into my throat. My vision shook. What are you talking about? I fell to the ground as the life drained from my body. I never found out who you were or why you killed me. Very cool. You didn't even remember. Yep. Nope. I'm alive, but I don't want it to end like this. Obligation. And 12. Finally. Interesting. Anger. So Daniel, anger. There's other one. Interesting. That is quite interesting because we are now stuck in the ending. Oh yes, definitely we are. Until we reach this point. Interesting. I remember when you couldn't stop laughing even as we were dying. Actually, I couldn't really tell if you were laughing or not. Interesting. In general, I remember meeting you for the first time, so the ending could change. Holy shit, this time we didn't shoot them at all. Anything else? Well, trying to strike up a conversation one time and you mentioned that you were running away from somebody. A hotline, but the next thing I knew, everything just stopped. And one other thing. I remember you killing me as soon as I stepped out of the car. So that part stuck. You must have had a real good reason to be so scared, didn't you? Yep, indeed. Okay, this one? A frog? He asked a frog that was resting nearby on the riverbank. I think I've heard this story before. We'll see. Then what happened when the scorpion asked the frog? Oh, there's so much options in here. The frog agreed. The frog agreed and told the scorpion to climb on the back. Because if the scorpion tried anything, they both will drown after all. Then the two set off. What happens while they swim across the river? Something has to happen. That's just how stories like this go. So which one will make the first move? The scorpion? The scorpion will. I see. Then what did the scorpion do? Stung the frog? Uh-huh. A familiar ending, indeed. Scorpion can fight its own nature after all. Yep, the scorpion stabbed the frog, and the frog drowned, and the scorpion died with it. Even if we ask the frog for help, I do not think I like that story very much. It's the only one I got, buddy. Yep, indeed. How about I was wrong? The effort that comes with getting yourself out of something like that, it never really ends. You don't just break out and then you're home free, you have to keep going. As much as it sucks, it is a commitment. How much more committed do I have to be? Your voice was full of venom. You have no idea how long I have been trying. No idea how much my finger curled around yours as you took a shaky breath. How much I have had to do just to get this far. If the reason why I'm still here is only because I didn't try hard enough then maybe I never actually had a chance in the first place. Maybe so. What? Maybe you just don't have it in you to go out this alone. No shame in it, happens to the best of us. That's why you gotta know when to cut your losses and ask someone for help. You huffed. You make it sound so easy. I know. What was it that you said earlier? It's not that simple. And you're right, it isn't. But if you have already tried everything and you're just about ready to give up anyway, what else do you have to lose? Nothing. But the same cannot be said for the person helping me. That's on them, their life, their choices. I would still be responsible for the hardship they suffered. Oh, what did I just say? This is actually a pretty interesting dialogue. You ain't quite again, but I had enough of this anyway. What are you? Come on, you up and at them? What? Even as every part of my body screamed in protest, I pulled myself up to my feet, using one of the trees nearby to keep me balanced. Now you to survive. But I didn't let go of your hand. You're going to kill yourself if you try to move that much. Yeah. You killed me plenty of times already. I can handle it. So true. As I said that, I plucked out a piece of sharpener from my stomach and hissed as the pain hit me all over again. Case in point. Oi, that's enough out of you, wise guy. Come on, get moving. Excuse me. Sliding my hand down to your forearm, you yelp as I pull you up beside me. I saw your leg was twisted, bent and broken in all the wrong ways, so I eased you into my shoulder to help you stand. You're coming with me, buddy. This better ending of yours that you want so bad, wherever it is, we're gonna find it. Cool. You wobbled, clinging to my arm for dear life. This is ridiculous. We could not make it a single step, much less far enough to find help. I drag us towards past the tree. You practically shrieked. See, look at that. A step. We'll be out of here before you knew it. Your nails dug into the fabric of my shirt. Why should we bother? I grunted, groping for another branch to hold onto while I pulled us forward. It's hard to breathe. Listen, I have no idea what kind of higher power you ascribe to, but God put me here for a reason, and that reason is to rid the world of bad people and look after the good ones. No matter how this ends, whether I get you somewhere safe or die trying, I'm doing exactly what I set out to do. We took the next few steps in silence as my boots slid across the dirt, your bad foot dragging behind you. You're insane. Exactly. Nope, just stupid. Now are you gonna help us walk or what? I didn't expect you to respond or do much of anything really. I was perfectly content to keep us going until I couldn't anymore. But instead, you reached out to my chest and... Ow! It felt like I'd been stuck in the gut. Something reverberated through me and it took a second to shake off the impact. What the fuck? What the fuck did you do to me? But you didn't answer. When I looked down, I saw you gone completely limp. Oi! Oi! You didn't move a muscle. Your head rolled to the side, nosebleed streaming down across your lips. What happened? And then I realized how much better I was feeling. Oh. Oh. I looked down at my stomach where a glass had sliced me open from the crash. You used your rollback power to... him. It was like the wound was closing in on itself. Not healing per se, but melding together as if it had never been there at all. Like it was reversing itself or rolling back. Holy shit. I kept moving, act like hell, but as my strength came back into me, I hoisted you up over my shoulder and carried you as far as I could. It was like you weighed nothing at all. I had no idea how long we'd been stuck here. I had no idea how much time we lost or how the world had changed since we were less part of it. But I knew one thing for certain. I was going to find us that better ending even if it killed me. Even if there was no point in trying. Even if neither of us really deserved it. Because God knows we needed it. Holy shit, that ending. And zero nurture. Wow. Wow, I'm fucking shivering. This game is amazing. Yeah, I kinda skipped the credit because I've already done it. Sorry about that. But yeah, I guess then there's not much change in the frog or turtle questions because it has already been unlocked. The most things comes from the 8-1, but how do I do the 8-1? Very interesting. I'm gonna try to do the 8-1, it must be quick. And after that, the end. Oh, there's a fresh start? I'm looking for a fresh start. It was difficult, but part of me wanted to hope. To hope that life could be different. To hope that I could find something worth living for in the first place. Hey, that's exciting. Not every day you get a chance to start from scratch. Any big plans for your grand debut? How do you mean? Sorry? Nothing in particular, just like new things you want to try, new experience, that sort of thing. You only live once and all that. My chest hurt. Hey, you good there, buddy? Sorry, didn't mean to pry or anything. I thought and thought, but in the end, I couldn't come up with one single thing that I wanted to do with my life. I had nobody waiting for me, nothing to look forward to, nowhere to go. I was alone, unwanted. Why was I here in the first place? You're a weapon, a tool, a killer, and nothing more. Sorry, was I good for? Something to be used for someone else's personal gain. Is this new? Nope, it isn't. A mindless weapon. It is new. I mean, is it old? Buddy. The scalpel's handle slid sweetly in between my fingers. Hey, what you doing back there? If death and violence were truly all I could have in this life, then maybe, just maybe, I could take them down with me. Bargaining. Nope, rollback. There it is, a chance for revenge. I'm looking for payback. against the one who deserved it. Oh, and now the driver understands. I didn't care what I said anymore. I have to roll back again anyway. There was no point. I gripped my scalpel in both of my hands and took a deep breath. So then, I was right about you, huh? What? You leaned over in the seat and swerved to the side. I saw the steering wheel spin free from your grip. I saw the branch heading straight for the window. What the fuck? I said it all so many times before, I already knew how this ending went. But even then, knowing what I did, I never seen that look on your face before. Even when you blamed me for our death, even in the moments before I killed you. I never seen that pure, unadulterated hate, sorry, I cannot read it. Hatred you had when you thought I would hurt someone else. Being looked at like that, it made me feel so empty. It stuck there in my mind even as I watched the rest of time melt away in front of me. Depression? Yep. Well. And god freaking damn it, there's another one actually, and I skip it. Ah yeah, this one, Payback. Sounding like you were about to hurt somebody and you didn't care what happened afterwards. I was getting ready to do something a little drastic when the next thing I knew everything just stopped because you ran your car into the tree. This is the turtle one, but this time we said no. The turtle didn't realize. Nah, he be too busy swimming. Uh-huh. Then the turtle wouldn't even know. He wouldn't even know that his own friend tried to kill him. Only the scorpion would remember. He forever lived with the sin of a betrayal that only he knew. Yep, you don't like that story at all. Ah, this one. How about nothing? I missed this one, god damn it. Nothing really. Nothing. I hiked my knees to my chest, fighting to keep my voice even. Thank God you couldn't see my face from the front seat. Nothing at all. I'm only passing through. Is that right? I'm in the same boat actually. Really? Good luck with the rest of your travels, yeah. Hitchhiking ain't easy. I will keep that in mind. And then you kept on driving without a care in the world. I inhaled, my breath shaking. Nothing. That was all that was waiting for me at the end of this road, wasn't it? Just nothing. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how many times I rolled back, nothing I did will change my ending. Time is a circle, and I was going to keep following this fruitless cycle for eternity. There was nothing I could do. Nothing. You sure about that? Acceptance. Are you really sure about that? Because we found an ending for you. Wow. Simply wow. I remember trying to strike up a conversation one time, but you shot me down right away and didn't say a word after that. Oh, okay. I kept on driving and eventually you weren't there anymore and we hadn't met yet. Things just reset, so you remember. Cool. How about the frog story? The frog agreed? The frog refused. Separate ways. They just left. They never see each other again. You don't like every story, isn't it? So I guess that's all for Hikeback. It's been a long playthrough. Holy shit! I should probably split it in parts. I will do that. Okay. But yeah, that's all for Hikeback. It's an excellent game. Wow, I'm really invested in the story and the rollback thing and all the other thing about the story. It was excellent. Sorry, I was excited that I hard to speak. But yeah, it's a really excellent game. Yeah, everything was just so excellent about the game. The loop thing, the small details change, the rollback, all the difference, the layer of it, and the theme of the game. It's simply amazing. But yeah, So I guess that's all for Hikeback. I hope you enjoy it. See you later then in my next video. Bye bye. Let's go back, shall we?